Hajik laire sida snowmobile ada koi pulam na mi manga ni chalise asigi khoi mamangi nu pas ni instructor ni is unjidi nu are he yong phaje
side by side, it's got a very similar kind of feel to these.
Oh, the seats are very nice.
Very comfortable seats for sure.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna go through a couple snowmobiling things just to help us when we get going. Different ways to start the sled, some nice easy steering tricks just to make life a little easier, and just a couple things to make us all feel a little more comfortable when we're heading out there. So the first thing I always like to say to everyone I always take out is please go what speed you guys feel comfortable with. If I'm going slightly faster ahead of you guys, that doesn't mean I'm challenging you guys to go faster. That means I'm giving you the availability to go faster. If you're happy and think the speed you're at is really fun and you feel nice and in control, I'm super stoked if you guys want to stay at that speed. That's awesome for me, right? Because it's all about feeling comfortable out there. So that's the first thing I always like to say. It's not a race. The next thing I always like to go over, guys, just like in driving, we want to give each other some room in between the snowmobiles. We don't actually want to drive that close to each other because if something happens, someone has to brake, you're not going to have time to slow down. So you want to give, just like driving, 2 or 3 snowmobile lengths in between us so we can still see each other. They all have brake lights that are working, so if you see that red brake light come on, you know they're coming to it, slowing down and hitting that brake, right? So that's the next thing I always like to go over. Just like the rules of the road, guys, while we're driving down the trail, especially if we're going around corners we can't see, we're going to try to stay to the right-hand side of the trail. Just in case if another snowmobile is coming down that trail, they're going to be on the right-hand side, just like we would drive, right? Super simple stuff. Always look where you want to go. Today we've got a little bit of cloudage going on, but we're going to be driving through some really pretty forests. You can see how all the snow is on the trees. There's some really pretty areas like that out here. But when we're driving, guys, you know, you can definitely take a quick glance, but you don't necessarily want to stare off the road or your steering eventually goes that way, right? Sound good? Any comments, questions, concerns so far? A wrap.
Are we going to get a break somewhere?
For sure. At any point, we can take breaks. So if you guys just want to come a little bit closer, I'm going to show you a few things on this snowmobile. So you guys are both going to be riding snowmobiles like these ones. You can see these two look exactly the same. So the first thing we talk about is this switch right here. So this is our kill switch. You can see how I just pushed that down. So that means the snowmobile won't turn on. If the snowmobile is actually running, that will turn the snowmobile off for you.
For safety reason.
Pardon?
For safety reason.
For safety reason. So that way you can just smash it. If you want to turn off the sled quick, you just hit that button down. But to turn the snowmobile on, we're going to have to pull that on up. And then all we have to do on these snowmobiles, make sure we're not pressing this button here. We're going to hold this bright yellow button. And you can hear, it turns right over for us. We see the gauges come up. We see we got full tank of fuel and everything in here. These are our RPM, and we've got our speed on here. A lot of these snowmobiles, I'm not sure if these ones are right now, we actually tend to disconnect the speedometer. We do that so people don't get competitive, right? Especially if we're doing free time ever, someone goes 50, then it becomes a competition. So if that doesn't work, that's why. If you guys take a small look at the LED screen down here, if you're driving today and you push up on either of these buttons, you'll see that bar start to increase. You see that right there? You can see it's going up, and if I push it down, you see it's going down. So what that bar is, that's the power level for your handlebar warmer. So if you guys are, it's your turn driving today, if you're holding on to here and your hands are getting a little colder, if you turn these up, these will actually emit heat onto your hands as well.
These are heaters.
They're heaters, and the thumb throttle right here also has a built-in heater. So that's what those buttons
This
are.
This is for thumb and this is for steering.
Exactly, that's for your 2 handlebars, and this one's for your thumb. This button right here, we'll all see, it's the classic high beam signal. So our headlights are always on, but that turns our high beams on. Like,
so do I need to put the headlights on?
No, they're already on. So those are like your high beam headlights,
we don't need
right? Just so you know, what the button is. Like I said, guys, if you hit this button, the snowmobile turns right off for us. Next thing I like to talk about, guys, this is our brake on this side. So if you grab the brake, it stops the snowmobile track from spinning, slowing you down nice and easy.
Okay.
Just like any other brakes, just apply it nice and softly, and it will slow you guys down. With the throttle, okay, so this is our gas. We don't want to push the gas and the brake at the same time if we can help it.
Because there's no meaning.
Exactly, right? But with the throttle, I always give everyone a little suggestion at the start of the day. Instead of taking your hand and grabbing like that, you want to take your hand, you want to grab the handle first and bring your thumb out to it after. Now what that does is it stops your crux of your hand from being in the crux of the throttle. So if you do get spooked or scared out there and you hold on, you're going to slip under that throttle and end up holding on to just the bar. Compared to if you grab it way up here, if you get scared or spooked and you grab on tighter, you're going to be giving it more gas. So if your thumb's just on the end of the throttle there, it actually gives you a lot better control over your speed. And if you do get scared, you most of the time you slip right under and it's no problem. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, this is only one brake here.
Just one brake. So because the two front skis can't brake, so that stops the entire track from spinning, and that's how our braking
Okay.
works. Cool?
Cool.
Comments, questions, concerns on any of the buttons? Everyone's good? Sweet.
Yeah, looks good.
What is
So that button, you're already on sport mode, so you're on the best mode. You can push it down to make it more fuel efficient. It's like eco mode in a car, right?
Let's do the sport.
Yeah,
mode.
you're on sport, all right. These sleds do have a reverse function, guys. What I always tell everybody, if you need to reverse it, it's generally a good idea to let me come and reverse it. And the reason I say that is not because you guys aren't capable of reverse.
Yeah.
This is our reverse lever.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of them break if the sled's not in the right spot to reverse. That way, if I break it, I broke it, not you guys.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone likes that.
Yeah.
So, last couple things. I got two more things I just want to go over real quick, and we're going to rock out of here. So the first thing I want to just talk about is the steering. So you guys will notice right now, if I steer and push on the steering wheel, it's hard, right? Like it takes some work for me to turn that. And that's because we're not moving it. As soon as we get a little bit of forward momentum, the steering will loosen up quite a bit for you.
So this
guys.
is not power steering anyway.
It's not power steering, but it's generally pretty easy.
Okay.
When you're going ahead and you're driving, one suggestion I always say is if we're doing a left-hand turn, think of putting weight on your left hand and pulling down more than taking your right hand and trying to push up, right?
Okay.
So then your weight is always on the inside of the corner.
When you're taking left turn.
Exactly,
It's
right?
Like riding a bike.
Like riding a bike, you want to lean into
Yeah.
your turn a little bit.
Okay.
And then as we start going along today and getting a little quicker, like we'll get everyone involved. If you lean on some of those turns, it makes it quite fun and like nice out there.
Fair enough, huh?
Sounds good?
Yeah,
Cool.
good.
Always look where we want to go. Anytime you get nervous or anything, just let go of that throttle. Feel free to grab the brake. The last thing I go over here, guys, is some communication just between us. We're going to be on snowmobiles. We're going to have a bit of space between us. I'm going to be up at the front looking back all the time. So a couple signals I use. The first one, or the first two are really important to me. So if you guys ever see me, I'm riding down this trail, I'm sitting on my snowmobile going along, and you see me bring my hand up here and just bring it down. So what that means is we're going to be slowing down. There's a steep corner. Maybe there's a weird kind of bridge feature or something that we just want to take cautiously and go a little slower over. So that's the slow down.
Yeah.
Next one I do sometime, or a lot of time, if I'm going to come to a complete stop, I'm not going to cruise and then just slam the brakes and hope you guys stop. You'll see me hold my fist up like so, and that means I'm just going to go another 20 feet and come to a complete stop there. Generally, if we come to a complete stop, I got something to say to you guys, something cool to point out, or some different ideas, or I'm just checking to make sure everyone's still feeling happy. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, the feeling good signal. If you ever see me take a stop, I hop off my snowmobile, you see me grab my hand and tap my head like so, that's me asking each one of you guys individually a question. That's myself asking each one of you guys, are you good to go? Are you still feeling good? You're having fun? So if everything's still good to go, you're ready to just keep snowmobiling, just tap your helmet back at me. That way I know I've asked you, exactly, I've asked you, are you okay? You said we're good to go.
What if I'm not okay?
So if you're not okay, do anything else. You can get off your sled and have like a temper tantrum, you know, you can flip me off, whatever, right? But if anything's wrong, just let me know and I'm always gonna come back and help you guys out. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Cool. If you guys ever had a situation that someone fell off the snowmobile and they're not feeling good at all, if you ever do this to me, I'm coming as quick as I can. So that means the first aid.
Something is wrong.
It's the first aid cross. It means I need you to come back here right now. If you guys ever need to stop for a photo or a break, feel free just to stop. I'll look over my shoulder. I do it all the time.
I don't have to do this one.
You don't have to do that, no.
Just stop.
Hopefully we don't see that one at all today.
Yeah.
I just stop and then take a break. Yeah.
Exactly. But if you guys just decide to stop and take a break, just give the person behind you, if you're not the last one, and just let them know you're taking a break. I'll keep looking over my shoulder. I'll see you're not there. We'll stop. We'll come back. We'll hang out. We'll get all sorted and keep going.
Okay.
Cool. So we got slow down, we got stop, and we got everyone's good to go and ready to rock on. And then if something big is going on, we got that symbol as well, which is emergency, more or less. Sound good?
Sounds good.
You guys feeling ready?
Yeah, ready to roll.
All right. So why don't you guys hop on your snowmobiles? I'm gonna start mine up. There we go.
Nice. And you're in sport mode.
Go like the kangaroo. What's the name? Jaga